In this video, I will demonstrate how to use the tool Cacoo. It's a user-friendly drawing tool where you can create flowcharts and diagrams online with real-time collaboration. If you click on the Plans button, they have a free version and they have two paid versions. With the free version, you get 25 sheets. It's limited sharing. I believe you can only share with, 15 people. And you can save the file as PNG only. Now, with their recommended Plus version, you get 1,000 sheets, unlimited sharing. You get various formats to save your diagram, and you get to look at all the revision history. So, as many people as you have collaborating on a particular diagram, you get to see what changes were made and when they were made. Now, if you scroll down, you can see that they have Cacoo for business and for education. Now, Cacoo for education allows you to collaborate and share diagrams with an unlimited number of teachers, administrators, and students. So if you want to get your whole school involved with Cacoo, then you have to apply. And you'll fill out this form and send it in, and then they'll be in contact with you. But for today's tutorial, I just want to demonstrate the free account for you. Like, I already have a free account just for me, so I can do 25 diagrams. I can share each diagram with 15 people. So we're going to go that route. So I clicked on the Get Started button, and you will go ahead and fill out the information. I've already created an account, so I'm just going to hit the Login button and then hit this Login button. And it should default and take you to the Get Started page. Now, they have 5 steps that you are to clear, which will guide you through the process of creating and sharing your first diagram. And once all 5 steps are completed, you'll receive 5 extra sheets. So that's 5 extra diagrams. And with the free account, you only get 25 sheets, but if you upgrade, you get more sheets, more options. So before we get started creating a new diagram, over here under your name, you've got your account settings. This will take you back to the Get Started page, which we're at. Frequently asked questions. You can contact Cacoo. You can provide them feedback, and you can log out. And since I've already been logged in before, automatically everyone gets step 5. They create a little profile image for you, which under your name and under settings you can change your photo if you like. But I've already done step 1, which is create a new diagram. I was practicing, but I've since deleted it. Step 2, create a folder. Step 3, you create a shared folder. And step 4, you invite someone to share your diagram. So without further ado, let's click on the Create New Diagram. And it will open up for you to select a template. And as you can see, there are several categories from mind maps to flowcharts to wireframe to office layout, greeting cards, electronics. They have several categories of templates. And in each category, they're going to give you a blank one if you want to create something from scratch. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and select a mind map that's already been created. And what you'll see here, you have editing tools at the top of the page, and over to the right, there's other options as well. Let's look at the 4 green options in the upper right hand corner. There is a help button if you get stuck. The export button is where you will how you will export your diagram when you're done. There is a share button, and this is where you'll insert email addresses, and then you'll type a little message, and then you'll invite someone to then be able to collaborate on your diagram. Now, once you have shared it with someone, do you see this little chat box down here? After you have shared your diagram and that person accepts, then you have this chat box down here, so when you guys are in there at the same time, you can chat back and forth and bounce ideas off each other. First, let's go to the property button, and I'm going to give it a title of linear equations, because I'm going to use this for math. And my description, which I won't take the time to type out, is this mind map is to help my students when learning about slope. It will point out the key points. And so when you've got everything filled out for your diagram, you'll click Update. And you're ready to start working. Now, how I plan to use this, in my math class, I usually have text lectures, and with the math book, they provide videos. So I think when they first go into my text lecture, if they see a mind map where I've got linear equations in the middle, and then the next bubbles say slope, point slope, slope-intercept form, it'll get their mind thinking about the key points and what they're supposed to take away from the reading and the videos. So, without further ado, I'm going to double-click in there and put linear equations. I capitalized the W. And once it's highlighted, you can change the font, you can change the font size, you can have the words at the top or the bottom. You can change the color. I can make it a dark green if I wanted to. And then you can bold it, italicize, underline. And then over here, this could be just slope. This one could be point slope, and so on. This one would be my slope-intercept form. But let's just say I don't need this section of the template. I highlight it, right-click, right-click and cut, and then you can select a line and you can right-click and cut and get rid of the lines. Now, you can add if you want. Like I said, there's buttons up here. This is your undo. If I've clicked on my diagram, you've got paste, you've got cut, duplicate, copy paste. This is for new text, a new line. If you wanted to add a table, this is if you want to draw a free-handed line. Woo! And here you can insert an image from your computer. But these three buttons right here, do you see how that box to the right disappeared? That's your stencils. So if you wanted more real estate on the screen, you could get rid of the stencils if you wanted to. And this is your little chat box, and that makes the chat box disappear. You only need that if you've shared your diagram and you're collaborating. And then this is your inspector. And I probably won't use it as much since I've got my tools up here at the top. But again, text, fill, your line. This is like you've got alignment, and you can flip and group things. This is if you've got a URL. So you've got your inspector. And over here with the stencils, you've got basic, office, web, software. So, under basic, you've got your shapes, you've got people. Like you could drag a person over, make them a little bit bigger, and then you could then you could drag a little balloon out here like they're thinking. Then you could put type text. You could put a text box, inside there, like, hi, my name is George. But now you see all that disappeared, so I could hit the stencil button and bring that back. But under, you've got basics, but then under office, if you did one of those office templates, you've got equipment, you've got office layout. Under the web, you've got sitemap, you've got web service. There's a lot of little documents or icons that you can bring over. So with that said, and again, this is just to tell you how to drag and drop objects so you can get rid of that. So let's just say I'd filled everything out and got it like I wanted it. Then I would go to the export, and with the free version I can save it as a PNG. And I'm going to save it, and up here is where I've got it saved. So now I can just go into Blackboard. I can go into the specific lesson on slope, and I can insert my mind map as an image with my text lecture. This is good for instructors. This is also good for students. Depending on what you're teaching, you know, if you're in like CIS or doing something with electronics and science, and you want to do the like a wiring diagram. Let's say you're teaching, like when I did my master's, I did it in library science, and I was supposed to design a library, the layout of the library. So, you know, that would be great here. Let's say you're given a new online course and you want to map out the objectives and activities and assessments. You could do that here with a mind map, and you could then share the diagram with all of your colleagues in your department and collaborate together in real time. So I think this is a helpful tool, and I can't wait to try it out and start putting some images into my Blackboard course. If you have any questions about this tool, please feel free to contact OTC Online at online@otc.edu. Thank you.